and welcome back to another episode of State of Opinions. Me, your wonderful host here, and today we've got my identical twin sister Paris as our wonderful guest.
Hey guys.
Say hi. Right, so the topic today that we're going to talk about is teenage girl expectations. Yeah. So how's your view on that, especially with social media these days? Tell us about that.
I feel like it's very big and it takes a toll on many teenage girls' mental health. With how you're supposed to look, how you're supposed to act.
Yeah.
And what you should look like.
Yeah, I think that's a huge thing on TikTok with this body shape of being an hourglass, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a huge thing. What do you think about Instagram?
I think it can be very toxic sometimes because it's very limiting, because you post and then you get comments and people can share it, but it can take... What were you going to say?
Yeah, I was going to say it takes quite a big toll, and there's these expectations of just posting just to look pretty, I feel where you can express yourself, share your life, make a difference as well. So do you think that should be taught more in schools?
Yeah, I think it should. Yeah. Also, I feel bullying can also play into the whole subject.
Like how?
The comments, if people comment
oh yeah, that's
really
a huge thing.
Things.
Comments, that's a huge thing. On TikTok.
Obviously you can turn them off, but it still doesn't make a difference. You still think about it loads.
Yeah, that's so true. What do you think about cancel culture going into TikTok and stuff?
I think it's quite bad, to be honest, because if you do a small thing wrong, everybody makes mistakes. If you do something wrong, then you can just get cancelled like that.
Yeah, that's so true. I think that's
it goes up to the point where you can get death threats, which is really bad.
Yeah, I think that's to this whole point of judging just this generation.
Yeah.
I think it's something that we've just grown up with and not everyone realises it. But what's your opinion on, I think stereotypes is a huge thing.
Yeah.
In teenage girls, stereotypes.
I think there's a lot of stereotypes to look a certain way, especially the pressure that we get from teenage boys sometimes on how they want us to act or how they want us to look. If they want us to straighten our hair or if they want us to curl it, or just different things like that.
Yes, so I was thinking about TikTok as well. Going back to TikTok. How these videos of have you seen those videos of girls on their period or girls when they walk out the classroom? What do you think about that? Because that really gets on my nerves.
It's annoying, to be honest, because they don't know what we're going through, and I know it isn't that deep. Well, it is deep a little bit, but
yeah,
it is a bit annoying to see. It's they're taking the mick, but they don't really mean to.
No, I don't. I just think people just do it just because it's a trend or because it's funny. And there can be some videos that funny,
that people can relate to, but
yeah, that funny.
It can get taken to a certain extreme.
Yeah. Should we go to schools? Do you think it should be taught more, as in what's going on in the world, the Me Too movement and all of that in schools?
Yeah, it should definitely be taught, to be honest. Yeah.
So do you think in more secondary school or primary school?
Probably more secondary school, but it still should be learned at the end stage of.
So do you think it should be taught more younger, so that people growing up get taught more?
Yeah. I feel like it would be better that way, because then people could learn about it more.
Yeah, okay. So next topic is I don't know, what else do you think?
I think probably more to the school subject about how girls should wear their uniform, how short their skirts should be, or how
Oh, that's a huge thing.
Yeah.
Skirts, that we got a lot in secondary school. I feel like we had this on our skirts. We had this A on our skirts, and if it wasn't, the teacher couldn't see it, then we had to like roll it down
Yeah,
or
and
something.
you would get
And like for
detention
me,
as well.
my skirt was generally too big, so I had to roll it.
Yeah, otherwise it would fall down.
Yeah.
You would get a detention for it, which I don't really think they should be doing.
Yeah. So what else do you think in schools? Do you think it's a big thing?
I think that's it, to be honest.
Yeah. Okay. So I think, should we talk about another stereotype? I think friends is a huge thing. Like, there's this stereotype that girls should like, they argue with their friends and like girls bicker and stuff.
Yeah, they're very petty.
So what do you think
that
about?
can be the case.
Yeah, that can be the case. But what do you think about that?
I think all girls are just so different,
Yeah.
and it really depends who they are. I mean, you can get very petty girls, which is very annoying, but I don't think it should be brought in as all girls are like that.
Yeah, I think it should be shown more on like going back to the subject of, sorry, I'm just switching subjects all the time. Going back to the subject of like body type. I think like on like showing like wearing bikinis and stuff like on the beach, like how do you feel about that?
I mean, on some girls it takes a really, really bad toll because on their mental health, because there's a certain way that you're supposed to look.
Yeah, I think that
And
goes back
people
to
just
social
don't look
media
like
again,
that.
but I think it's changed like quite a lot. It's got a lot better.
Yeah.
Do you think?
Yeah.
It's like there's loads of influencers out there
Yeah.
who are doing like,
also that they Photoshop their Instagram photos and then girls
that's
see it
so
and they're
true,
like, I
Photoshop.
have to be like that, and then it leads to dangerous things like eating disorders and those are different.
That's so true, like Photoshop. Like even the most what everyone thinks you should be, like sorry, I don't know what I'm going on about. People do like Photoshop quite a lot, and I think young girls like age, what would you say, like 12, like 13,
12,
especially with
12
the
plus.
sorry to cut you off, especially with the generation that we are. I feel like it's a lot more present that younger generation, I mean like 12-year-olds and like 13-year-olds are getting like phones.
Yeah.
And like even like probably like 10-year-olds, like I don't think we didn't have a phone. Well, we had like
a Nokia brick
we had
in, like,
this
year
little
7.
Nokia brick in year 7. Like I had this red one. It was so embarrassing. I used to ring that annoying ringtone. I used to be like it was so small that I could fit it in my hand. So I used to be like that. Yes. But I think we got like an iPod, I think, when we were like, I would say, about 12. So we didn't really get a phone until we were like 13, like 14. But do you think that that's a huge like effect on like younger people? Because I feel like 10-year-olds are like getting phones like these days, like an iPhone these days.
I mean, it can be. It really depends who you are.
I think it's when you're introduced to it young, but it's got a lot better. But how do you think it can like improve more? Like there's still a long way we can go.
I mean, they could improve. I feel like they could do more with like putting up support groups. Or like putting up more organisations about the topics that people can, because there's loads of girls that go through it alone and they don't.
That's so true. We can't really talk about it if you don't know anyone, because I feel like everyone feels like there's loads of people who feel like they feel like alone, and especially in talking about stuff.
I feel like it would be better if they could talk to each other and then they could realise that they're together because they can relate more to it.
So do you think that should like be more like in schools, or like do you think there should be clubs that you can go to?
I feel like it should be everywhere, to be honest.
Yeah.
The more help, the better.
Yeah. So I think we should go to stereotypes next. So what do you think, like stereotypes that like annoy you? Because I've got loads.
The pick me girls.
What do you mean?
That's like a stereotype, like the pick me girls, like the
Oh,
flirts. That's
what?
a huge like the flirts, that's a huge stereotype.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I think that's a huge thing on TV as well, like Love Island.
Yeah. And like different reality TV shows, to be honest.
Yeah, reality TV shows. What do you think about, like, this is a huge thing, like sports?
What do you mean?
Like sports, like people think that like girls can't fight, like there are these stereotypes that like girls can't fight. Like have you seen like TikTok videos are like girls fighting like this and stuff? But like me and Paris are like very, very sporty.
Yeah, we're very sporty people. We always have
we're
been.
both
I guess
athletes.
It
I mean, it does kind of get on my nerves because if I could fight someone, like I would fight someone looking for that person to punch. No, but I think that's a huge stereotype as well. But I think it's got a lot better, like with WWE, like wrestling.
Yeah.
Like we're a huge fan of that. We love like the Bella Twins. Oh, we love them. Like flying up in the air, like beating someone up. So funny. We love that. But what do you think about that?
I feel like it's really good to have all of those role models.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that's got a lot better. Like a lot of role models have come to light in these past, like I'd say, like past 5 years. It's got a lot better.
Yeah, and I think it's cool to see how much the sports world has changed with accepting
That's so
women
true.
as well.
Yeah,
'Cause I think there was
like boxing. Like go.
There was a case with Gabby Douglas, you know, the gymnast.
Yeah.
Where she got deducted 10 points because her bra was showing when she
Oh yeah, that's a huge
did her
thing.
full routine. But yeah, I think stuff like that has improved a lot.
Yeah, I think that's a huge thing. That's a good side of social media, actually. That when one thing happens, everyone does like jump on board and everyone like comes together.
Yeah, that's a good thing with our generation, how we can stick together and share different things. That's what social media, I think, should be used for.
Yeah. So going back to sports, in like, so like obviously you just mentioned the like leotards and like bra showing and stuff. Do you think that's affected in like our sport? If you don't know, we do athletics. So I'm a triple jumper and Paris is a pole vaulter.
I don't think it's affected much in our sport, just because we have like we can wear like shorts and tops.
I think
it's
it's what you're comfortable in, if I'm being quite honest.
Yeah.
Like there's like sports bras and there's the what are they called? I love how it's my sport. I don't even know what they're called.
Shorts.
No, they're like they're shorts, but they're like more like a bikini like thing. What are they called? Shorts. Let's just call them shorts. So I think it really depends what you're comfortable with. And
yeah, there are a lot of options that we can wear different things.
yeah,
Which is good.
there was this thing that I saw the other day that it was getting banned. The what they called for swimming in the Olympics. The swimming caps were getting banned. Like you can get these big ones for like girls with like afros and stuff. And I just thought that was absolutely ridiculous. Like, what do you think about that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's ridiculous. What I think another stereotype as well is like the colours, like the colour pink and like stuff.
Oh yeah.
Like I growing up was like a huge like tomboy.
I think that's just like the olden times.
Yeah.
That I've just reached into.
Yeah, true. Like when I was younger, I think I was more of the like tomboy and you were more of the like girly girl. So I used to wear like Ben 10 like Sporticus like outfit. And like Paris, like I had the watch and like slammed it down, yeah. Paris had the princess dresses. But I don't think it's got like a lot better now. I think it's more spoken about now on social media.
Yeah.
But I'd say going back to the younger generation, what do you think should be like taught more in primary school? Because obviously it's more like year 9, year 10. Do you think it should be like taught more in primary school, or do you think that's too young to be even like worrying about that stuff?
I think it should probably be taught in year 6, because that's when you leave. That's when you're going into the big world, into secondary school. Sorry.
Yeah.
I think it should be taught like in year 6 and then year 7 and up, because you can still learn about it in year 11.
Yeah. So, do you want to tell me your experiences with like social media and stuff?
Yeah. I did go through a rough patch. It did take a toll on my mental health. Just looking at other girls that have like millions of followers, and then thinking, why can't I look like that? Why can't I be that way?
Yeah, I think that's like a huge thing. Like, you were like skinny thighs as well, and stuff like that. Like, our thighs are quite like muscly, and like that's just because like the way that we're built, because like genetics, because our dad was an athlete and stuff. But what do you think about like it was shown in like Ginny and Georgia, like that TV show?
Yeah, I think they should do like more TV shows that have like these serious
that like
topics.
Because I feel like it's shown, but it's kind of like pushed, like it's like one episode in like one episode and then pushed aside. So like, what do you think? But it is
really good, like how Netflix corporate it into loads of their series and movies.
Yeah, so
they're bringing attention to these things.
Yeah, so do you think it should be more? I think it should be more brought into the YouTubers as well. Yeah. There are loads of influencers, like there's loads of videos if you look up on YouTube, like girl talks. Yeah. Like they're like really good.
And it's really good because they support you like throughout the video. A really good one I think is Luna Montana.
We love Luna Montana. Yeah.
Because she's gone through so many things, but she gives you so much advice.
Yeah, she was a ballet
dancer.
Ballet dancer. And all of the expectations that come with that. Like, I think Charli D'Amelio was talking about it as well, going back to TikTok. She was saying that like she's too muscly to like, she wanted to be a ballet dancer and she was too like muscly to like, she wasn't taught like in street dance in that film. There's a ballet dancer and she was like, no, I've always been told I'm too tall for this. And I think that's absolutely nonsense, if I'm being quite honest. I think that if you can teach something, that you should be able to adapt to that person's like whatever. Like everyone's different, like everyone has different body types, like everyone has different like metabolisms or like whatever. So I think that should be adapted. I think that's in the industry as well, like the acting industry. I think that should be shown quite a lot, like you don't fit this role because you're like whatever. So I think that should be shown more. So yeah, but that's all we have time for today, guys. So thanks Paris for joining us on today's episode.